and skills. For this purpose, AICTE ISTE sponsored induction refresher programs, faculty development program on automation application of Python programming has been organized, and this FDP's main aim is to strengthen the professional development of the faculty members and administrators who deal directly with students, and main goal is to help these educators increase the effectiveness of their teaching, especially in undergraduate programs, so that they are better able to guide students on journeys of inquiry and discovery. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon, galaxy of intellectuals. Yours Excellency, invited guests, faculty members, and all the participants from different prestigious colleges across India. On behalf of our college, M.H. Abu Siddiq Polytechnic, I, Lubna Sheikh, extend a very warm welcome to all. It is said that one small positive thought can change your whole day. What could be better than starting with a prayer? A day that begins with a prayer is always more calm and tranquil than the one without it. Prayer instills the feeling of togetherness and faith in God. To initiate the program on a positive note and to keep in line with the tradition of our institute, we start with Tilawat-e Quran Pak.
सूरतुल फातिहा मक्किया। अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। मैं अल्लाह ताला की पनाह तलब करता हूँ शैतान मरदूद से। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अल्लाह के नाम से शुरू जो बहुत मेहरबान रहमत वाला। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अर्रहमानिर रहीम मालिकी यौमिद्दीन। इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन। इहदिनस सिरातल मुस्तकीम सिरातल लज़ीना अनअमता अलैहिम गैरिल मग़दूबि अलैहिम वलद्दॉल्लीन। सब खूबियाँ अल्लाह को जो मालिक सारे जहान वालों का, बहुत मेहरबान रहमत वाला, रोज़े जज़ा का मालिक। हम तुझी को पूजें और तुझी से मदद चाहें। हमको सीधा रास्ता चला, रास्ता उनका जिन पर तूने एहसान किया, ना उनका जिन पर गजब हुआ और ना बहके हुओं का। सूरत
Anjuman-e-Islam Mumbai was founded in the year 1874 by a small group of devout and progressive Muslims led by none other than Dr. Badruddin Taibji, third President of Indian National Congress and the first acting Indian Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, with a desire to see the Muslim community advance in education and social standing. It started with one school, and today it has more than 80 institutions from pre-primary schools to graduate and postgraduate levels, including College of Engineering, Polytechnics, Unani Medical College, College of Education, College of Commerce and Economics, Institute of Management Studies, College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, College of Home Science, School of Pharmacy, and School of Architecture. It has a high reputation of being a Muslim minority organization catering to the needs of more than 1.10 lakh students from various communities under its umbrella. At present, the prime focus of Anjuman is towards quality education, transparency, growth to become world-class educational social service organization. Anjuman has thus established an integrated technical campus in Navi Mumbai, having faculties in engineering, management, pharmacy, architecture, and computer applications. Besides, Anjuman-e-Islam provides several services and facilities to the society through various programs and also manages 15 trusts. Let us now listen to our anthem of Anjuman, Tarane Anjuman.
अंजुमन 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 बुलबुले हम हैं और ये हमारा चमन अंजुमन अंजुमन हिंद की आबरू शान इस्लाम की शम्मा जलती है यहाँ प्यार के नाम की शम्मा जलती है यहाँ प्यार के नाम की हमको हाजत नहीं कोई इनाम की आरज़ू है फकत इल्म के जाम की इल्म के जाम की हम हैं और ये हमारा चमन अंजुमन 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 इल्म दौलत है अज़मत है इंसान की इल्म इज्जत है हिंदू मुसलमान की इज्जत है हिंदू मुसलमान की इल्म राहत है दीन और ईमान की इल्म ज़ीनत है हर दिल की हर जान की इल्म ज़ीनत है हर दिल की हर जान की बुलबुले हम हैं और ये हमारा चमन अंजुमन अंजुमन
I take immense pleasure to welcome our chief guest for today, Mr. Parvez Dewan, Managing Director, Matrix 3D Infocom Private Limited. I request our coordinator of FTP, principal in charge unaided section, and HOD Computer Department, Ms. Zebunissa Malik, to please introduce our chief guest for the day. Over to you, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum. Respected dignitaries, I will start by a quote, a small शायरी for परवेज भाई. दिल का खूबसूरत खुदा ऐसे लोग कम बनाते हैं दिल का हो जो खूबसूरत, खुदा ऐसे लोग कम बनाते हैं, जिन्हें ऐसा बनाया है खुदा ने, आज वो हमारी महफिल में आए हैं. So I would now like to introduce to you all an eminent personality, Mr. Parvez Diwan. He is the Managing Director, Matrix 3D Infocom Private Limited. Over the last 30 years, he has consulted leading SMB companies, re-engineering and managing their information technology. He has worked with business houses in India, Singapore and UK, and his company has provided services in over 8 countries in various capacities. He is currently working in cybersecurity to create best fit frameworks for small and medium business to protect their data and help make digital India safe. He has been speaking on digital transformation, cybersecurity, and data privacy on various forums and at institute level. His mission is to help businesses influence technology for business transformation that directly improves profitability. So it is our pleasure to have such a great personality with us today. Parvez sir, to please share a few words with all of us. Thank you. Over to you, Parvez.
Thank you very much, Madam Principal. Those are very high words. And surely what a smile. So, respected dignitaries and participants, thank you very much for having me, and thank you very much, Anjuman Islam, to invite me for such an occasion, because it gives me great encouragement to see, the institution. This institution is basically associated with a lot of knowledge and especially leadership. And of course, I think when you're doing a course, I get to understand that this course is for basically educators, for people who are also going to train. And it's quite amazing to know that they have brought in such, concepts which are going to be the upcoming concepts, the critical skills of this decade. A decade of 2021 has started. So let me give some thoughts, since Madam Principal has asked me to speak. I understand that the participants have gone through various stages from basic to advanced to finally understanding, trying out automation using Python. Quite a fantastic selection first, because Python, I'm sure you are aware, is used by some of the biggest companies in the world. Google, Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, all of these platforms have been coded on Python. I know a lot of people here talk about Java, talk about C, talk about various different languages. You'd be surprised to know that Python is soon going to become the #1 language. It was at #3 last year. This year also it is at #3. Of course, C, then Java, then Python. But let me tell you that there is only a 0.01% difference between Java and Python now. Java is dropping, Python is rising. So you are enabling an entire community to get ready for tomorrow. And that's quite amazing. A couple of more thoughts on this. What do you do after you do a Python course? Well, you did it, you studied it. There are various different options in that. Students would want to become developers. There's a lot of requirement for something called as full stack developers. And either you can go into databases or very specific, but in a Python, you can get into a full stack developer. Some of you may want to get into the area of data science. In my opinion, one of the biggest areas of this decade. See, I think the decades are very interesting to understand. And there is one small little minute journey I'll take you through. You said that Anjuman Islam started in 1874. So I'll just give you a little bit of history, and this is very interesting that
Yes, sir. 1874, right.
absolutely. So there's a very interesting history that today you and I and all of us are on this computer having a virtual conference because of computers and internet. But it started a long, long time back. And that started in, so the industry started when steam engines were covered up. That was 1780. Steam engines change everything. Industry, that was called the first industrial revolution, Industry 1.0. Then came Industry 2.0, which coincidentally is in 1870. That's when electricity was being used. Electricity was started to be used, and that changed everything. You suddenly did not have gas lights, you had electric lights. You could use electricity for everything. You've heard of Edison and Tesla and various different great minds. And coming down to, say, another 100 years, 1970s, you're talking about internet, computers. That again changed everything, right? That's Industry 3.0, technology. But what we are entering right now is Industry 4.0. And Industry 4.0 is basically IoT. It is basically where the concepts of data is the most important. What you talk about machine learning, artificial intelligence, this is the decade which has started. You are at the right point at the right time, you know. And so I believe that with starting with Python means Anjuman Islam always surprises me. They bring in the right kind of subjects. The participants I have seen gone from where to where. I've been associated with this institute. They've always surprised me. They've gone from the best to the best. So I'd like to share just one thing more before I have some very, very good, I've seen the list and it's some fantastic speakers, so I won't hold you, but I have some thought on this. What do you do now that you finished the course? I'll talk about a small concept by Confucius that I hear, I forget. I see and I remember. But if I do, I understand. And let's take that one step further. I do means not sitting and doing practicals. You have your theory and practicals. Maybe I'm one of the only guys on this forum who comes from a business, and you all are all in academics. And so what I believe is there is a great opportunity. I have been very passionate over the last 15 years leading in a concept called as digital transformation, where I am leading small and medium-sized businesses. Enterprises have very large team, but SMBs basically in India, SMB is very large. And they have to be transformed. They have to start using technology. And they have to use technology not by buying computers or not using Word, Excel, but using technology in a very big way. So that's where I would say maybe the people who have learned Python in the last few courses can start looking at the concept of applying Python to various tasks they are doing on a day-to-day. You can basically start with small projects in your own colleges, institutions, where you say, hey, look, I'll give you a simple statistic. A teacher typically spends only around 42% of their time teaching. I'm sure you all are aware of that. Where does the other time go? Administration work, making papers, correcting papers. So many aspects, which, can you now see the word where you did your last course? Automation. There is so much scope for every institution which you belong to, where you using Python, using basically various different, you I think also did a basic concept of machine learning. Start looking at challenges the institution faces, which you personally face in your department, and start changing things. You take on projects with your students, with yourself, and you actually start doing projects which you say, hey, how, instead of using Excel, okay, you've learned Excel, but can I take the data out of Excel? There are various other tools, and you will slowly realize that, hey, look, I need a little bit more. Maybe I need to know a little bit, what is this R called? There's a language. Is it I need to use R? Oh, what's this Tableau? Is there something called as Tableau?
Parvez sir, we cannot hear you. You have gone on mute.
Sorry. I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, sir. Now it is audible.
So I was talking about Tableau and I was talking about R. I hope you got that. So what I'm saying is that these are the areas where you can start applying in your own institution. You can start creating projects. You can start actually creating value. And once you start using Python to create value, trust me, there is no end to it. I'll give you one last example. I think right now we are going through a pandemic, and the typical age of all of you all is you are all mostly eligible now for your vaccine. And which is the biggest challenge you all are facing? Getting an appointment. Almost all slots are full. Very simple. Do you know what's happened right now? There's a guy sitting in Bangalore. All he did was he wrote a simple Python script which pings the CoWIN server, because the government of India has exposed the API for CoWIN, checks using a timer script and understands which is there, and at whatever time the slot is there, it will fill it in. So the script continuously keeps on running on the API. Even if at 2 a.m. you have one position, and based on location mapping, you will be able to get your appointment for your vaccine. Isn't that a cool use of Python? Just 4 lines. This is what you can do. You really have power now. So what I'm trying to say is, what you have learned right now, start exploring, start taking it further, rise with that technology. I always believe that there are 3 concepts, and especially teachers and educators should understand, is imbibe both the ways. You teach and you learn. The second step is very important for teachers to do, which is invent. Teachers can be great inventors. They obviously invent the future of the children they teach, but they can also invent in technology. They can create a business concept. And the final thing, which of course Anjuman Islam does and most of the teachers I know do, is inspire. We all remember our teachers, don't we? So that's all. I have something to share with you. I hope you carry on with this amazing superpower you have been empowered with over the course, and take it further and save the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for joining our session today. Thank you for sharing your information, the information which you have shared about Python. It was very informative and interesting to know about it. Thanks a lot, sir. Now, I welcome our guest of honor for today, Mr. Shoaib Sarguru. I request Mr. Sabir Sayed, Director, Anjuman Islam Computer Center, to please give a short introduction of our guest of honor. Sabir sir, over to you.
Thank you very much. Before that, let me thank Parvez Diwan to come in and always be there with us, trying to motivate us, trying to talk about Industry 4.0 and making us ready, making our faculty and teachers ready for the future. Thank you, Parvez, for joining. Yesterday night only I came to know you. Yesterday night only I came to know you. Okay, great. Now another surprise for us. I have my classmate. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce Mr. Shoaib Sarguru. I would rather say Shoaib because we were classmates. We passed out in 1991, 1992 in diploma in engineering from Sabu Siddiq. Very studious guy, a very religious guy. first bencher, not like me, a backbencher, and an achiever, very motivated and a team leader. I saw his skills when we were studying together, always trying to help everybody. And today we have Shoaib Sarguru with us. He completed his schooling from ANZA. Then he did his diploma from Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic, being my batchmate, and then degree engineering computers from RAIT, Nerul Vashi. And then later on, he moved on ahead in his career, and currently he is heading ECM Center of Excellence, SLC Scotland. ECM stands for Enterprise Content Management, and he's doing great work there in Scotland, trying to, secondly, he's director of ECM Core Limited, and he's a philanthropist, he's a businessman, and plus he's an academician. He's the executive head of Kalam Academy, primary and secondary school, and trying to do a great work in the field of education, business, content management. Then later on, he moved on 2 decades, or he carries a 2 decades of experience in content, process, and governance service platforms using open text document, Alfresco, and M-Files. Shoaib has led high-profile successful projects as a solution architect. Shoaib is considered a specialist in content process and governance services and is well known with the ECM domain. He is also a speaker and presenter at major ECM conferences, delivering lightning talks and workshops at summits. Probably he was invited in St. Joe's, Barcelona, Lisbon, and Edinburgh. And recent achievements of his are Zoom Plus, integrated Zoom with content process and governance platform. He has achieved excellence in that. And then he's on DIY GDRP.com, a GDRP compliance SaaS on software as a service on regional cloud storages, and a lot of other hobbies he has. Moreover, let me share with you, he's a great human being, a great philanthropist, and it's been about 2.5 years I have reconnected with him after about almost 22 years. It's a pleasure inviting Shoaib. Shoaib, thank you so much for joining. Over to you, Shoaib. Thank you. There's a list of complete achievements of his, and thank you so much, Shoaib. Over to you. Thanks, Shoaib.
No, Jazakallah for inviting me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Can I first express my deep sympathies for everyone in India? I understand things are getting from bad to worse. And I know pretty much everyone in this conference, they have been touched by some way or the other, either people unwell at home or in their close relatives, or they must have lost some of the beloved ones, including their neighbors and families and friends. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the patience and strength. And I hope India in general overcomes this tragedy that is happening as we speak. So my sympathies for everyone. Can I also take this opportunity to refresh my Marathi, if you may? And I would like to thank everyone. What you say, ma hardik dhanyavad. Is that correct in Marathi? Hardik dhanyavad for having me on this this gathering. I think Sabir briefly mentioned about my association with Sabu Siddiq. I did my diploma with Sabir. And one of the things that I owe to Anjuman Islam is my first connection with computers was in 1988, when we first saw the PC, which was about 10 MB of hard disk space. It's unimaginable to think those were the days. And I remember our first session of programming, and this goes down to how good our teacher was. And I'll come back to what you have gained in the last 5 days, which would be a key for not your own development, but also for the students you are going to teach. And the first day I still remember, and Sabir can confirm that, our teacher, he drew a small box on the whiteboard or the blackboard at the time. And you can imagine one box, and he drew a line on the left and a line on the right. And he said, the line on the left is input, the line on the right is output. And in his own words, Sabir, you might correct me if I'm wrong, he mentioned, ये बीच में जो है वो खिचड़ी है. आप जो input करोगे, जैसा उसे process करोगे, वैसा output मिलेगा. And that box was nothing but any language, any script, any module you write, the output is reflecting what you do within that box. That box has changed from C to C++ to Java to I've pretty much written code for not just for learning, but on live projects across decades, right? From Pascal to Clipper to Java, JavaScript, Ruby on the Rails, Angular these days, microservices. But that basic concept of teaching still strikes me, because that box can change and you have to change with time. But the basic concept still applies. You put an input, you process it with the technology of the time, and you get an output. And you can take it right from the modular level of a function to a Python program or an Angular routes that you have. So the way a teacher teaches, students would remember it for a long time, and they can also take it forward when the technology changes. That is one key thing that I learned from my initial stint with programming. The other thing that I think I would highlight today is the importance of raising faculty's profiles. Our students are way ahead with technology. They know things by just using their iPads, by just using their laptops that they get. So teaching them very basic stuff is no longer a curriculum for us in technology. Our staff have to upskill themselves and make sure that they are learning and teaching the latest and the greatest. And I think Parvez did mention about the importance of learning Python. So it's very good that Madam has picked a language which would upskill our faculty's knowledge and experience on technology that will be key for tomorrow, not technology that was in the past. So that is the highlight of these 5 days, is you selected the right technology. One of the things that we call here in terms of staffing is, and I kind of take a insight into this, is some employers think, oh, what if we train and they leave? That's kind of a mindset that develops in some restricted employers. But I think we should be those employers who think, what if we don't train and they stay with us? That is detrimental to themselves and to the pupils and to the students they teach. So training and continuous professional development is key for any institute, especially when we have a challenging time like this, where you're doing online courses, where you're teaching online. Again, hats off to teachers who have, I remember when it was March 2020, within 3 weeks, we set up all the online opportunities for learning and teaching, because teachers is one of the skills who have never been touched with online delivery of their profession. Teaching community was taken aback at that time. And I think teachers have adapted very well. It has been a difficult times in the last 12 months where you have to come out of your classroom bubble and you actually started using the online learning and teaching resources. This has given an opportunity, and I hope when you go back to your classrooms, you would use this experience as a blended experience and blend it into your classroom teaching. We no longer will be teaching only in classrooms moving forward. Even when this pandemic ends, we will still have to use these tools now. And I hope the faculty here today would make most out of the experiences that they have and use these skills when they go back in classrooms and continue with the best good practices that they have achieved. So this is something which I think is a takeaway. Coming back to Python, again, as Parvez mentioned, there are a lot of funny videos about Python and Java and Python and JavaScript and Python and .NET. And Python actually stands out for two reasons. One is it has reached out to non-developer communities. So you don't have to be having a computing science background to do a programming language. So it's not as heavy metal as Java or .NET or other frameworks, or even Angular for that matter, or React for that matter. It has actually brought the developing world at your doorsteps to the non-developer community. It's very easy to adapt. And one of the things I keep saying to researchers and students who are into research, this is one language which is adopted very widely within research, within labs, within the think tank who actually want analytics to be done, whether it's political analysis, whether it's medical analysis. And that's why machine learning data scientists and analytics world have adopted this, because they want the non-developer world to adopt programming language. And Python is the best way to start with it. So it's brought to your doorsteps the coding concept. And it's not really coding as scripting. It actually is more algorithmic. If you have done your Python in the last 5 days, you will realize that it is a blend of algorithmic statements with scripting statements, which allows you to create some very powerful models. So great achievement by Guido van Rossum, the Dutch, who was just watching Monty Python's Flying Circus and decided, okay, I want a very simple name for my programming language. And there you go. That's how Python came into existence. But its outreach is very wide, and I'm very pleased that Madam has actually picked this as one of the languages. And I hope moving forward, inshallah, you will continue to engage in identifying that, like Parvez mentioned, IoT, Industry 4.0. We work a lot here on microservices architecture, where you decentralize your heavy metal programming. If you remember from past, we are always used to writing a monolithic application with everything in one module or one jar files or one exe file. We no longer think that way in development world. We create small modular applications which are decentralized so that they are easily managed and maintained. And Python goes a long way in helping people who are not developers to write those smaller versions of applications. So you don't have to make it very complex as well. And I hope, inshallah, moving forward, this will be a good experience for you to take forward back into your classrooms, back into your online education, but also look forward to developing this. And as Parvez mentioned, great start for those who haven't done programming in the past to carry on doing some smaller projects within Anjuman Islam. You could write your own small projects for the institute, and I'm sure it will be very beneficial. So once again, Jazakallah for inviting me. I am really honored to be here with you all, and I hope, inshallah, moving forward, as the pandemic moves away and you're all vaccinated, stay safe, make sure when the vaccines are available, take the vaccines. Life is going to be different. And I know, being a globetrotter, I think without a vaccine, I won't be able to travel anymore. That's the fact of life. We just have to adopt and accept it and move on The February 2020 is never going to come back. It's unfortunately a hard fact that we have to remember. We have to change, we have to adopt, and we have to continue our learning experiences like we have done in this 5 days. It's brought everybody very close in terms of technology, but it has also made it given us an opportunity to make sure we make most out of the challenges that we have. So Jazakallah to Madam as well. Jazakallah Sabir for having me here, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I know Anjuman Islam has been here for decades, but the next decades to come would be as challenging. Every decade is a challenge in itself, but I know Anjuman Islam will thrive, inshallah. Sabu Siddiq will thrive, inshallah. So long as you put yourself in a position where you're always looking for something new, you're always looking for something. And an inquiring mind is always a research mind. An inquiring mind is always an inventor. An inquiring mind is someone who is always go far away. That's why you see people in their garages writing great software, writing great products. So keep inquiring, have this mind of questioning, have this thinking of, no, I need to learn something more. And as faculties, remember, if you learn, hundreds of students will learn. If you stop learning, then it affects hundreds of pupils in the next generation. So one teacher, one staff exposed to the new technology opens the door for hundreds of students to that new technology. And that's what you are. And I'm sure, inshallah, that's what you will do moving forward. Jazakumullah khairan, subhanallah, bihamdi, subhanallah, nashadullah, la ilaha illa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everybody with the last 10 days of Ramadan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shoaib. It was as if, it was mesmerizing to hear you. ऐसा लग रहा था बस सुनते जाओ. Excellent. I heard you for the first time, such professionally. And let me tell you, Alhamdulillah, you have really achieved. You are an achiever. Just to add to that first lecture, Shoaib, when he drew that box, there was input and there was output. Imagine 1988, computer was like a bomb. It was like something out of the world. And then we were just sitting looking at the professor. And then what he added later on to that box, he said, it is nothing but it is a kachre ka dabba. My God, everybody thought, why did we join computer engineering then?
But look, the concept is and the concept is still the same. You input, everything in that box will change. Today it's Python, 10 years down the line, it will be something else. And the way he explained, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he's around, may Allah give him health and wealth. But look, 20 years down the line, we still remember him, isn't it? And this is what impact you will have. You teach Python to your...
It was so interesting,
Absolutely.
He made it so interesting for us, Thank you once again, Shoaib, for joining us. Thank you.
Jazakallah for having me. Jazakallah.
Thank you, Shoaib. And I think you both were talking about the Bashir sir. I think so.
You're right. I didn't want to name because it's always difficult to name someone just in case everybody has different experiences. I personally think I'm indebted to Sabu Siddiq. I'm indebted to our sir who introduced. And may I tell you, computing was not my choice because in those days, 1998, who knew computing? We were in the first batch. Remember, Sabir? In that hanging classroom between the two buildings. So computing wasn't our choice at all. And
so if the classroom was, if you remember, the classroom was with a patra, it was exactly. A shade.
It was hanging between two buildings. It was a makeshift class.
It was known as Kabutar Khana.
It was indeed a Kabutar Khana. But then listen, see, this is what happens. You don't know what is in store 20 years, 30 years down the line. I mean, I'm here. I didn't know that what would be the end result of that small box when we actually didn't even fill. May Allah reward Patel sir and a lot of other people who were there around. who made this happen. If they didn't take that step, that first year of computers, we wouldn't have computing. So they took that bold step, and Alhamdulillah, as much as Sabir said that I was studying well, I think I was naughty as everybody else as well. I have to admit that, Sabir. But look, as faculties, you can do so much. So it's good to see that you're doing the most advanced technologies, so that the students you will be teaching, they will take it. Python is going to be there for another decade, inshallah. And then it will have an impact for them. So they will remember you, how you taught them. Always think of different ways of teaching. There's no one way of teaching. Teaching is about how the teacher is, not what Python is. There's so many videos, so many standard labs, GitHubs, that you can learn Python without any problems. But it's how you actually put it on that whiteboard is how your student will take from there. And that is key. And I hope, inshallah, these 5 days have given you that passion to teach Python and also self-develop yourself next, moving forward, inshallah.
Inshallah. Over to you, Lubna.
Thank you, sir, for your well wishes and duas and prayers for India. Thank you for sharing your kind words of motivation with us, and thanks for joining us today. Now I welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. Surendra S. Rathod, Professor, Electronics Engineering Department, Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, Mumbai. For this, I request my friend Ms. Samreen Pabrikar to please introduce our keynote speaker.
जिनमें तन्हा चलने के हौसले होते हैं, एक दिन उनके पीछे काफले होते हैं. Dr. Surendra Rathod received PhD from IIT Roorkee. Sir is working in Sardar Patel Institute of Technology from last 22 years. At present, he is professor in Electronics Engineering Department at Sardar Patel Institute of Technology. He was head of Electronic Engineering Department for 8 years and Dean Academics for 2 years. His special fields of interest include VLSI design, device modeling, and circuit simulation. He is approved PhD research guide for electronics engineering and electronics and telecommunication engineering at Mumbai University. His 3 students are awarded PhD, and at present he is guiding 6 PhD candidates. Sir has published more than 70 papers in various national and international conferences and published 40 papers in international journals. Sir has received ISTE Best Engineering College Teacher Award for Maharashtra State in year 2012. He received Outstanding Achievement Award in 2007 by the Energy Society of India from Governor of Pondicherry. 3 times he received Best Paper Awards. Sir was awarded Faculty Fellow by IUCEE, Indo-US Collaboration for Engineering Education. Sir had conducted a session on NEP 2020 today for our participants. I request Sir to please share his thoughts with us.
Thank you, Professor Parveen. Thanks a lot. I already had a session for more than 2.5 hours today itself, so I won't take much time. But thank you very much for inviting for this validatory session. I would say that I am honored. As far as Anjuman-e-Islam Trust goes, there are only 2 reasons for which I am associated with Anjuman-e-Islam. Not like our honored chief guest as a student or as a faculty, but many a times I came as a member of a regulating body for some administrative work, or as a resource person for delivering some talks on the innovative technologies, or it could be teaching learning processes, etc. After hearing to Parvez Diwan and just now to Shoaib Sargro, I am just speechless. The way he has explained us, I think there are many things to be learned from him. Actually, I was hearing very patiently. Each and every point he has said, I think some of the points I am going to remember. Like, what if we don't train and the people stay with us. Very, very true, sir. Very true. I appreciate and I thank for this comment. Actually, it is, you have made this a comment in 100 people who are 100 teachers present in this meet, and I would appreciate now all the teachers who have joined this, and they had this opportunity to hear Parvez and Shoaib. And you have joined this meeting because you want to learn, you want to upskill yourself. Teacher is by default a lifelong learner, right? So once you join a teaching, you cannot leave the learning. It is impossible. You are the lifelong learner. It might be a Pascal, Fortran, C, C++, or Python. It may go on. So our speaker has rightly said, between those two lines, we don't know what that box is. That khichdi is there. And we all of us have experienced that khichdi. I have also experienced that khichdi. Even though I am in electronics engineering, my entire career is in electronics engineering. But I studied Pascal, I studied Fortran at that point of time in 90s. Then I studied C, C++, Visual Basic, SQL also I studied, all database programming I have studied. I can do many things, but then that between those two lines, it is very, very true what sir has said. I need not talk about Python much because you have gone through all the sessions, and I can see that very good resource persons were there. Even Rocky was there, probably he might have taken excellent sessions for you. So first of all, congratulations to Malik Madam and the entire organizing committee for organizing an appropriate program on the Python programming. It is not only the requirement of education institutions, or AICTE is telling that you have to conduct the programs in emerging technologies. It could be AI, ML, or it could be AR, VR, all of these things. But it is a self-motivation. It is an industrial requirement, right? You have to make your students employable. So basically, you will require such kind of innovative courses, and very good job done, I believe, by your organizing committee by having a course on application of Python programming. So in continuation to what Parvez sir said and what I had discussed in the morning in 2.5 hour session, if you would have paid an attention into the policy, national education policy, there was a section on use of technology. It elaborately talks about the use of technology and the digital transformation in the country. It talks about how the changes in the learning outcomes are required. Not only students, but even teachers needs to be trained for attaining the higher learning outcomes. And for that purpose, various frameworks have been proposed. One of the very important prominent thing in that policy is about how to use the technology for educational planning, how to use the technology for content delivery, how to use the technology for assessment, in fact, how to use the technology for regulation of the institutes, administration of the institutes, and overall management of the institutes. So one may ask when to be a good teacher, or at what point I should join a teaching profession, or at what point I should learn a Python programming. मैं 10 साल पहले सीख लिया तो अच्छा होता था क्या? Or else, for example, अभी और 2 साल रुकते हैं ना, 2 साल बाद पता चलेगा, फिर सीखते हैं. Let us have the others' experiences. I would like to say to you that this is the right point of time when you should be a teacher and you should learn Python programming and implement Python programming in your day-to-day life, the way the Parvez and Shoaib has explained. Because you already have the 2020 National Education Policy, which spoke elaborately about various problems that our country is facing. Simple example is, one of the problem is development of e-content in regional languages. We all of us knows that we understand better in our mother tongue, right? Or better in our home language, or maybe better in local language. In India, our Constitution of India recognizes 22 official languages only. However, in such a diverse, vast country, there are more than 19,000 languages spoken. More than 19,000 languages spoken. So just see the scope of natural language processing to be carried out in this country, e-content development in this country. So there's a vast scope. you can learn, you can apply these technologies wherever you want, right? It talks about the software development for the Divyang students. The specially challenged kids, they are not enrolling into the education institutes just because we are not making the education accessible for them, right? They are not understanding the way we are teaching. Can we can we develop such kind of tools? In this pandemic situation, I would like to congratulate all of you, all the participants. Just imagine if this situation would not have been there. I'm doubtful that these organizers would have got 100 participants in this meet in an offline program, right? So this is the benefit also. In an online program, we are sitting at different places, different states, maybe different countries also, but still we are connected together. We are talking about application of Python programming. This is the benefit of that. So congratulations to all of you that you are attending such online sessions. You are teaching, you are doing pedagogy for your students in an online environment, but I'm sure you must be facing one problem. That problem may be about conducting the laboratories. We all are missing our engineering laboratories, right? So National Policy of Education also talks about the development of virtual labs. Can we create the virtual labs? Think about it. So there is a lot of scope for us as a teachers for the development. We should be happy that we are the teachers, and since we need to unskill, reskill, this will go on in our life. We need to be lifelong learners. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Congratulations to the participants for receiving the certificates. Congrats for completing successfully this course. Congratulations for the organizers for completing this course. And lastly, I would also repeat and say that please do the vaccination whenever your turn comes. Please wear the mask and happy and safe. Be happy and safe. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing such great knowledge with us, and especially the national education policy. The things which you had shared with us were very important for us to know about it, and hopefully we will be now working on virtual labs also, as you have informed us about it, and we were really facing problems for practicals. Thank you, sir, for joining with us. And now I request Ms. Samreen Pabri. I request Ms. Samreen Pabrikar to please introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Aditya Ojha. Over to you, Samreen.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Such is the alumni Aditya Ojha. He is an alumni of our institute, MH Sabu Siddique Polytechnic, for the year 2016. He completed his Bachelor in Engineering from Symbiosis Institute of Technology, Pune, in the year 2019. He is now recruited in IBM by Campus Placement Drive. Aditya has received Performance of the Year Award 2020. He is certified Microsoft Azure Fundamental and SAP Certified Technology Specialist. He is cross-skilled in SAP basis for project requirement. I request Aditya to share his journey with all of us. Over to you, Aditya.
Good evening, everyone. So it's been an honor to be invited as a keynote speaker for the same college I have been studied in my diploma in. So firstly, I would like to speak about my college. So it was the first stepping stone for my career in technical field. Prior to that, it was just a normal SSC, state board, 10th and stuff, and I did not have any knowledge about what to do in life. Should I go for 11th or 12th, or should I go for diploma? So as my dad suggested, since he has been a diploma holder himself, so he suggested me to go to and do diploma. So Sabu Siddique has been a stepping stone for that. In that, yes, I was fortunate enough to get computer engineering as my department, and which is well versed with intellectual professionals who not only taught us about what should we do and what what is the key technology of that time, but also they showed us the direction for our careers in the future as well. After that, I would like to thank our HOD, Ms. Zebanisa Malik, who was the backbone and still is the backbone of our department. And she has always tried and resolved our problems whenever we faced it. Talking about my journey after Sabu Synthetic, it was I got admitted to Symbiosis Institute of Technology, Pune, in computer science engineering, in which I got exposure to industries as well, because in my 6th semester I was asked to do an internship. It was a 6-month internship, and from that internship I got exposed to Python programming. It was for machine learning. I developed some models which can detect object detection, face recognition project. Through that, I came to know that yes, Python is the technology we should be learning then and there. So prior to that, we had in diploma, we had actually the final year projects. So in which we self-developed a drone. We tried to develop the drone. We wrote the programming in Python only, and it was presented to Zeba ma'am herself. After that, in engineering, I again chose Python programming for my engineering project. It was Bitcoin value prediction, and it was a successful project for me. And post that, during the placement drive, I got selected for IBM as an associate system engineer, and I was selected for my SQL programming. But due to this pandemic, the project I was allotted in had to be shut down. So after that, I had to change my project within IBM, and then I had to cross-skill myself in various technologies. So for me, to cross-skilling ourselves will not only make ways to get to know future technologies, but also will let our next generation to take the technologies in their hands and explore them. About this faculty development program, I would like to say that in my view, it is indirectly beneficial to our students. So since the faculties are being trained in Python technology, or you can say cloud, it will be beneficial for them, as they will be guided in your footsteps, and they can find their careers as well. That's all I would like to say, and thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you, Aditya, for sharing your journey with us. All the best for your future endeavors. I request our participants now to share their experience of the faculty development program with us. Any participants who would love to share their experience can please come and share their experience with us.
Hello, ma'am. This is Vismita Nagrale from AISSMS College of Engineering. Good evening, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, respected principal madam, respected Rathod sir. As we know, Rathod sir from SBIT, FDPs and STTPs. I would like to congratulate Malik madam for organizing such a big and good FDP, which taught the teachers to learn new technology and get updated every now and then. The sessions were excellent, taken by Rocky sir, and the theory part taken by various teachers was really very good. It gave us a good opportunity to learn Python in detail. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your support Your team members really worked hard to solve our queries. Thank you very much. I would like to thank the management also. Thank you, ma'am, for considering us and making us good learners. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You were also a very good learner, ma'am. Very attentive, very active in Rocky Sir's session also. Any of the other participants would like to share their experience?
Hello, ma'am. This is Deepa Chet. I am also means assistant professor in KJ Somaya College of Engineering, Vidya Vihar. I would also like to thank, since I am from electronics background, but in Python I have the interest, and from this FTP I got lot of chances. And I would like to say that this is a well designed and well organized FTP. Every content and everything is nicely designed. And one more thing, I just, since this is the last semester, means last ending of the semester, we have lot of work. Still, I have arranged my all loads, and then I don't want to miss not a single session of any session, and everything is fine. Thank you so much, management, Zeba ma'am, and all coordinators, all, everything related to this FDP. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Deepa ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I now take the opportunity to welcome and introduce our coordinator for Faculty Development Program, Ms. Zebunissa Malik, the pillar behind the success of all three FDPs. Ma'am is currently working as the principal of unaided section in Ahmed Sabo Siddique Polytechnic, and she's also the head of Computer Engineering Department. It is because of her dedication and motivation we as a team could successfully complete three FDPs. I request ma'am to please share with us the report of the third faculty development program.
Thank you, Lubna, and thank you all the participants. So now is the time to share with you all the report of our FDP. So Anjuman Islam, Sabo Siddique Polytechnic have been given a sponsorship by AICTE, that is All India Council for Technical Education, ISTE, to conduct 1 week ISTE sponsored induction refresher online FDP training program. And this training is totally funded by the AICTE. And the title for this FDP was Automation Application of Python Programming, which was conducted between 27th April to 3rd May 2021. The online FDP was successfully conducted on between 27 to 3rd May by Department of Computer Engineering. The FDP received an overwhelming response with 123 participants from various institutes, out of which 35 are the IST members. While designing the program, it was kept in mind that basics of Python and advanced Python have been already covered in earlier two FDPs, which was successfully conducted. Therefore, the third FDP should be on automation and application. So we decided the title as Automation and Application of Python using all the knowledge of the previous two FDPs. Distinguished faculty members from the well-known institutes like IIT, VJTI, D.Y. Patil, Pune, Thadomal Sahani College of Engineering, etc., institutes and industry experts, trainers who are working in the domain of machine learning and data science were invited for the FDP. The date-wise report for each of the 6 days is like this. Every day, 3 sessions were scheduled from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., then 3 to 5 and 6 to 9. Out of which 2 sessions were carried out by 2 different resource persons, and the last session was handled by the participant itself via Moodle software. So the 27th, the program was commenced with the inaugural ceremony and was inaugurated in the morning 9:30 by Mohammad Atikur Rahman sir. He is the scientist in Tata Research Center. Then he was the chief guest, and Vaibhav Joshi, he was the guest of honor. The distinguished guests shared their views with the participant that if faculty wants to develop themselves and their students, then attending such FDP would enhance their skill of teaching concepts practically. They further added that this program will provide special benefits to faculty members. Application of Python programming was addressed by our guest of honor. The inauguration program ended with the vote of thanks by Ms. Lubna Sheikh. Then the next day, day one, the resource person, Mrs. Mansi Pandalkar, who is working as an assistant professor at D.Y. Patil, Pune Institute, started her discussion by recalling regex followed by modules needed and built in Python for web scraping. She highlighted one real case study, explained how web scraping can be misused. She shared her knowledge with participants using by Google Meets platform and various resources like Colab, etc. It helped to make subject fully understand and created interest among the participants. The next day, we started the resource person, Mrs. Sonali Chonkar, senior software engineer, Tech Mahindra, started her session, discussion about Python docx module. She highlighted various modules for writing Word documents. After her session, she shared every resources that she utilized during her session with the participants. Then the day third, the resource person Deepak Singh, project lead Persistent Systems Limited, explained CSV and JSON data parsing. He provided brief introduction about structure of CSV and JSON. He concluded his session by taking one real case study explaining the JSON parsing. Then on day 4, resource person Dr. Sandeep Udmale, who is currently working as the assistant professor in VJTI, explained structure of Excel sheet, showcased most common Excel functionalities used for sorting, filtering, and basic data analysis. He further highlighted concept of Open Python Excel libraries. Session was concluded by taking an example by reading census spreadsheet file and calculating statistics for some country. Then day 5th was taken by Rocky Jagtiani. He is the head training and development of Swen Consultant, conducted live in project application development with the participant. It was a very nice hands-on session. And then last day, on 6th day, resource person Mr. Rocky Jagtiani, head training development, conducted session on building ML modules without code. So he also highlighted using teachable machine. Then all days, 2-hour hands-on session was scheduled and conducted by the Rocky Jagtiani. The following feedback was received from the participants. 93 of the participants felt that the delivery and presentation of the resource person was good. So we have again used the Excel spreadsheet and did the analysis with the Python. So 95% of the participants were of the opinion that the FDP brought practical knowledge of the subject in them. 92% of the participants felt that the FDP was coordinated very well. And 89% participants felt that such FDP should be arranged regularly. Thanks for the feedback. Thanks to all the participants. Now, overview of all 3 FDPs. So, the first FDP, which was conducted on 14 to 19 December 2020 by the Python programming, basics of Python programming. Then the second FDP was conducted on 6th to 12th April. Title was Advanced Python Programming. And the last one, this one is the automation application of Python programming. So we received the participations for first FDP, 202 participants registered for the FDP. Then second FDP is Advanced Python Programming, and 123 participants registered into this. And third one is Automation Application of Python Programming, 112 participants registered for the training program. So I end my summary with this quote: learning is never cumulative. Learning is never cumulative. It is a moment of knowing which has no beginning and no end. Thank you very much. All the best and stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. I request ma'am, Ms. Zebunassa Malik, to again take this opportunity to introduce Our presider for the day and our president of Anjuman Islam, Dr. Zahir Qazi sir.
Sorry. Our today's functions presided Dr. Zahir Qazi sir, जिनके लिए मैं कहना चाहूंगी, सुनकर अनसुना कर दे ऐसी इनकी आवाज नहीं, मिलकर भूल जाए ऐसे इनके अंदाज नहीं, किसी महफिल में छुप जाए ऐसे इनका किरदार नहीं, सूरज से चमकते हैं ये, किसी तारुफ के मोहताज नहीं. Honorable Dr. Zahir Qazi sir is an eminent educationist and a well-known medical practitioner. He is the president of Anjuman Islam, Mumbai, since 2009. He is associated with various educational, charitable, medical, sports, and international organizations in various capacities. He has received several awards in appreciation to his social and professional work to serve the mankind at large. A very dynamic and down-to-earth social and professional personality is amongst us. Our presider and president of Anjuman Islam is one such great leader, always inspiring us. He needs no introduction, and all introduction about him will always shortfall of words. Sir, please excuse me if I miss out anything. So I have a privilege to extend a warm welcome to you, sir.
Actually, sir could not join us today because he had some medical issues at his place. So he couldn't join us today. So we'll just move forward with our function of the FDP and end this. Every great accomplishment was believed to be impossible at one time. But today, we have all made it possible together with our dedication and hard work. It is now time to felicitate all our participants who have successfully completed 6 days faculty development program on automation application of Python programming. I request Ms. Zebunissa Malik to commence with the certificate awarding ceremony.
With the permission of our chief guest, guest of honor, and all the dignitaries, I start the certificate awarding ceremony. First certificate goes to Sheikh Shakil Abdul Razzaq of Paravra Rural Engineering. The next certificate goes to Jyoti Atushod Atole of SVPM's Institute of Technology and Engineering. Congratulations to all the participants. The next certificate goes to Sonal Bapande of AP Shah Institute of Technology. Dattatre Bapurao Nanavre of SVPM's Institute of Technology. Next certificate goes to S. Bhuma Devi of KC College of Engineering. Next certificate goes to Dheeraj C. Devidas Umardan of BSCOER Polytechnic. The next certificate goes to Dheeraj Devidas Umardan of BSCOER Polytechnic. Our next certificate goes to Mrs. Rutuja Gajanan Tendulkar of Vidya Prasarak Mandal's Polytechnic, Thane. Our next certificate goes to Dinesh Kumar Sen of University College of Engineering. Next certificate goes to Manisha Patil of Saraswati Institute of Technology.
Hello, Malik Madam.
Yes, sir.
I think your certificates are not visible.
Not visible, sir?
I think so. For me, at least not. So I think others also same status may be there.
Yeah, just a moment, sir. I'll share again one more time. So now it is visible?
It is coming.
It's visible, sir? Yes?
No, wait, it is coming. It has not come.
It's not coming, sir?
I don't know. I can't see, madam. Others from organizing committee can reply.
No, it's not visible. It's not visible.
Yeah.
Not visible, yeah.
You need to share first and then
Yeah.
put it in the presentation mode.
Now it's visible, sir?
Wait, it's coming. Yeah, it's present. I can see this.
Yes, now it's visible.
Ansari.
Yeah, it is there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry,
we
sir.
can
Sorry.
see.
It was not visible, yes. Sharing was not enabled.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, our next FDP certificate goes to Ansari Mohammad Saad of IIT Kharagpur. The next certificate goes to Neelam Vineet Bodke of GES Polytechnic College. Next certificate goes to Dr. Ranjit Vittal Pawar of Institute of Civil and Rural Engineering. Our next certificate goes to Harshali Yogesh Patil of MET ICS. The next certificate goes to Sudhir Shegunshi of Muhammad Haji Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. Then the next certificate goes to Mrs. Suhasini Kaustubh Shukla of VPM's Polytechnic. Next certificate goes to Salima Khatib of Muhammad Haji Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. The next goes to Samreen Pabrekar of Muhammad Haji Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. Next goes to Miss Lubna Sheikh of Muhammad Haji Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. Next goes to Munira Ansari of Muhammad Haji Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. The next certificate goes to Khan Muhammad Zaid Shahid Akhtar of Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. Next certificate goes to Muhammad Ali of Muhammad Haji Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. Next certificate goes to Shafaq Muhammad Mohsin Julaha of Muhammad Haji Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. Another certificate goes to Kausar Ayub Akumala of Muhammad Haji Sabu Siddiq Polytechnic. Next certificate goes to Miss Vismita Devidas Nagrale of AISSMS College of Engineering, Pune. Next certificate goes to Mrs. Vandana Maurya of BK Birla College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Kalyan. Next certificate goes to Mrs. Badrunnisa Abu Saeed Khan of Anjuman Islam Saif Tayyibji Girls High School Junior College, Mumbai. Next certificate goes to Oniza Ridwan Sheikh of Alamuri Ratnamala Institute of Engineering and Technology, Armile. The next certificate goes to Sarika Rathi of MGM's Polytechnic. The next certificate goes to Khan Shaista Zulfikar of Abdul Razak Kalsekar Polytechnic. Next certificate goes to Nikhat Fatma Mumtaz Hussain Sheikh of KC College of Engineering and Management Studies and Research, Thane. This is the end of the certificate awarding ceremony. And we should also here, I want to share that my organizing committee member, so it's the time to award them also a certificate. Committee members, Ms. Lubna Sheikh worked as an organizing committee member for AICT sponsored 1 week all 3 faculty development training program. So I thank to Lubna, then Salima Khatib, the committee member, Munira Ansari, Adil Sheikh, Amin Kazi, Samreen Pabrekar, all the committee members. Thank you very much for supporting in this 3 FDPs. Thank you very much. Over to you, Lubna.
Thank you, ma'am, and congratulations to all the participants. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all the dignitaries assembled here. I would like to thank our chief guest, our guest of honor, keynote speakers, and our presider who honored this function with their inspirational thoughts. I would like to thank our respected principal and our beloved coordinator and all the participants. A special thank you to Mr. Sabir Sayed sir. Sabir sir, thank you for always helping us in all our activities which we do in Sabu Siddiq. And last but not the least, a special thank you to all the members of the organizing committee to make this and all the previous two FDPs a success. I again thank all present here, wishing you all a happy learning. Now we end the ceremony with the national anthem.